Hello, children. Hope you all are good. Now I'm going to start the new chapter, that is 12th chapter, The Modern Age in Europe. This chapter is about Reformation. Reformation in the society. The Reformation is the name given to a group of religious movements of the 16th century, which were launched by the Christians against the various drawbacks of the church and the objectionable practices of the clergies. The main target of these movements was the Pope. Yes, the Pope, the highest authority in the church. These movements created a split in the Christian church. There was a split, there was a division in the Christian church between those who continued to remain loyal to the Pope at church and those who broke away from the church at Rome. So few people were there, few Christians were there who supported Pope, and few were there who opposed Pope. The former were known as Roman Catholics. Former, it means to say that who supported Pope. They were known as Roman Catholics, and the later as Protestants. And who did not support Pope, who opposed Pope, they were known as Protestants. So the Reformation broke out in a number of countries. Yes, this Reformation, the voice which was raised against the ill practices of the church, it broke out in a number of countries like England, France, Germany, Czechoslovakia, Switzerland, and Scotland. All Protestant did not share the same religion, beliefs, and rituals, but still they opposed it. They participated in the Reformation movement. Although these movements were organized by different people under different names, yes, same movement was there, but it was organized by different people and different name, different title they gave to the movement. They are collectively termed as Reformation, and all the movements which were started by people was known as Reformation. Now we are going to discuss causes of the Reformation. First cause is dissatisfaction with the practices of Catholic Church. After all, this movement, Reformation, was against church only. So they wanted to change the practices of the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church during the early medieval period was headed by Pope in Rome. The Pope was the supreme authority over the entire archie, and he exercised this authority directly. So, systematic efforts were made to extend the authority of the church over everyone. People became dissatisfied with some of the church practices. People were not satisfied, and this dissatisfaction paved the way for Reformation. So, first economic factor, that people were completely against the practices because 1/10 of the income of a person was given to the church, means 10% of the salary was given to the church, and it was called tithe. In addition to this, the clergy collected another sum which was called Peter's pence from the people, and this Peter's pence was collected to build a St. Peter's Church. Pope Leo X issued pardon certificates, which were called indulgences. These indulgences were provided to those people who gave money to build the church, as the Pope wanted to build a church in memory of St. Peter. These indulgences were letters which remitted punishment of the sinners who bought them, both in this life and after this. This was a blind belief that if they purchase indulgences, surely their punishment will be remitted. The priest imposed even punishment on a person who had sin, who committed sin. Okay. And he was required to perform a special service or make a pilgrimage to a holy place. This was a normal rule. But Pope X changed this, and he said that now they could be freed from doing penance for their sins by purchasing a letter of indulgence. If they purchase this, so surely their punishment will be remitted. So the church officers were given to the highest bidders, and this practice came to be known as simony. So all these practices annoyed the rulers as well as the common people. Third cause, corruption in the church. In the beginning, the clergy led an exemplary life. They had great dignity among the people. Even they earned great respect by people. But after a short passage of time, there started uh, the corruption in functioning of the church. Why? Because the clergy they lacked proper education. Even some clergies they lived luxurious life and they forgot their religious duties. They did not follow their proper rules of the church. The priest promised salvation in exchange for fees. So if a person submits fee, then the priest promised that the person would get salvation. In fact, there were fees for every transaction in life, from birth to death, and fees for the peace of the soul, and fees for the souls of the people dead long ago. Desiderius Erasmus, a Dutch philosopher and humanist, exposed them in his book named In Praise of Folly.